MultiTaskMaster is a strange game where you're not playing one game, but 4 minigames at the same time. And as I stated, they're simple, extremely simple, since it's really the only way anyone could manage them all at the same time. The controls are what keep the minigames a piece of cake. After all, you only have so many fingers. One game will use up and down, another will use left and right, and a third will use space, and the last one uses the mouse. Something I had to figure out on my own is that even though the button prompts look like the arrow keys, you can use WASD. It's a lot easier to keep one hand on the keyboard and one on the mouse. Surprisingly, there is a story to the levels. I can't believe it either. And it can span multiple levels. In one, you're robbing a bank, and then you're trying to escape prison. It's loose, very, very loose, but I like it. What's impressive is just how many games they've come up with, since each level needs to have 4 games and they need to be unique. Sure, not all of them are good, but the sheer amount of different minigames they came up with is remarkable, on top of the fact that they're themed similar to the task at hand. Now, some of the games are very silly, but I can appreciate the effort. For example, working in the train station, you drive the train and punch tickets. Makes sense. But to pick up passengers, an arm extends and then they stick to it, then it wraps them up into the train. What the hell technology is that? It's weird, but you know what? It makes sense in the game and I'll allow it. MultiTaskMaster also recycles games in a smart way. Not related to the loose story, but as challenge levels. However, still combining them with a theme. Like in this one where you're playing as the same person all the minigames. Or another where it's all the dodging games combined. But even with all of these levels, the game really wants you to replay levels a few times. There are several difficulties that open up as you play. Initially, only the learning difficulty is available, but after completing that, intermediate and endless open up. Then there's expert, nightmare fast, and nightmare difficult. Those difficulties are quite hard. One thing to note is that endless isn't exactly endless. It does keep increasing speed and level, but there's a maximum, even if it doesn't end unless you fail. It takes about 20 minutes, but the game will max out at level 10 with a 300 speed. That's not what endless means, and it irrationally pisses me off. Endless means endless, don't half-ass it. If I can take my hand off the keyboard after 12 minutes in an endless mode, something is wrong. In fact, one of the monitors turned off during my endless run, and I'm left to wonder if that's a bug or just how it is. This is not endless! Anyway, my favorite part of MultiTaskMaster is how you can see everything that is going on in every screen. While it might not be obvious, the entire scene is happening in real time. So if you dodge an asteroid, it will fly behind your ship. You can even see the asteroid in the other screens. And you can see when you shoot out the back. I know this seems really frivolous, but it really helps to keep the player immersed. You'll notice other tasks you need to take care of in the background. Without this one little feature, the game would feel very weird to play. More like playing 4 separate minigames. This is the magic that ties the game together. So the major problem is MultiTaskMaster is so slow. Oh my god, I can't believe they thought this was a good idea. Glacier pace. I get you need to give players a tutorial on each minigame, and I don't mind the practice, but it could have been shortened considerably. It doesn't let players move at their own pace or really challenge themselves. I want to see a much shorter practice, and then let me just jump right into Nightmare. Why not? Why do games insist on forcing a progression where it's not required? I can fail, it's okay. Let gamers choose their own destiny. Each new stage forces you to play the learning level first, which gives you a tutorial of the games, and then you play at an extremely slow pace, 50%. Only then, after you complete that, do more levels open up. Come on, I get it. The minigames are good, but they're not good enough to make me replay them several times unless I'm really challenged and want to keep experiencing that challenge. It's a pretty big issue though, and overall it makes it impossible to recommend MultiTaskMaster. If in some way you could possibly overlook how slow the game is, then maybe, a small maybe, you should consider giving it a chance. It's funny because I actually thought the graphics would be the biggest hurdle, but while they're simple, I don't mind them at all. I feel the game is meh, but the idea of breaking my brain on several minigames at once is something I want so bad. It's unfortunate I can't stomach playing the boring tutorials over and over. If they update the game so intermediate is available from the start on all levels, I would shift my recommendation. I would say yes, absolutely, you should consider picking this up. It's a really unique experience that in some ways initially I really did enjoy. But just after several hours, I can't play anymore. Hey, thanks for watching. Joey says hit subscribe for more indie game reviews and click the link next to my head for a video I put there that I think you'll find pretty interesting, or else I wouldn't put it there.